for those that are just joining us, these two players did make a deal at the start of heads-up play. Bandinelli with the larger share of the prize pool when it was two players left, taking home 1.4 million euros. Oh, wow. Just aces, very first hand of heads-up play.
If you guys are new to Heads Up, don't forget that the dealer is also the small blind, which means that they act first. So the dealer button acts first, and then post-flop, the person opposite the dealer is going to act first. So it's a little bit of a different dynamic if you guys haven't played much Heads Up before. Look at the turn!
And Bandinelli cracking aces, turning trip fours. Guerrero thought he was trapping Bandinelli with the check back on the flop, but now still slow playing the aces.
Yeah, it's an interesting check with aces, right? It's such a wet texture. You feel like you're going to get a lot of action, and Queen 4 is still the best hand on the river. Don't think he's going up anywhere, not for 1 second. What if he just makes it like 5 million on the river?
Yeah, I mean, if you go for a huge sizing here, Guerrero will obviously just cry call. You know, there's no point in thinking you can raise and get called by a worse hand.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 million.
Yeah, nearly pot size bet coming out of Bandinelli here.
6 million.
Oh, never mind. 6 million. I love the overbet.
Oh,
we called it, Maria.
Okay, yeah.
We called it.
And now Guerrero's like, exactly, exactly. Did I slow play this hand to
I need
death?
to save my time bank. I don't have too much.
Yeah, I asked for an overbet, and overbet I got. It was slightly larger than expected, though. Like 1.5x pot, something like that.
Giuliano, Giuliano, Giuliano.
Oh, wow.
I mean, talk about losing the minimum that hand. Guerrero with Queen 10 on the button.
I think this might be a limp usually, if you're going to be GTO it.
Yeah, looks like he did choose to limp. And Bandinelli finding another hand to shove with.
So theoretically speaking, this is pretty close because 8s is going to be like a jam pretty much always, but 9s and 10s is where you start to mix in some raising non-all-in because it has much better playability than their smaller counterparts. And it looks like that's what Bandinelli's going to try and do here. Wow. Very big as well.
Yeah, very big.
Wow, really, really big. Maria's watching me count on my fingers. I'm like, I didn't even know you could ISO that big.
Oh, wow. 10, 8, 6. What a flop. Guerrero flopping top pair, but Bandinelli with a pair of 9s here. Also the gut shot straight draw.
He's going to be so tilted when he sees this outcome.
Yeah, small continuation bet out of Bandinelli.
I was going to say, I think he just gets it in right here, right now.
I don't think I can fold.
Is it falling?
Yeah, and you hear Bandinelli saying he doesn't think he can fold. And he puts the chips in. And it looks like if Bandinelli does not improve hitting a 7 or a 9, he will be eliminated. Guerrero just absolutely elated right now to see that he's ahead. He's got to fade 6 outs though from Bandinelli. Turn is the deuce of hearts. So far, so good for Guerrero. Bandinelli still looking for a 7 or a 9.
Si gars, je vais aller chercher un drapeau italien. Ouais, je vais aller chercher un drapeau italien si je gagne. Take the Italian flag if you win.
Oh my gosh, the 7 of spades on the river. The gut shot straight draw comes in for Bandinelli, and he is going to double through Guerrero.
Wow, this guy is walking on water.
My goodness.
Absolutely walking on water.
Make your mistake.
Bandinelli with queen nine of diamonds on the button.
Should fall on the turn.
Looks like he will call.
Should fall on the turn. J'aurais dû jeter à la turn.
Guerrero checks his option with jack four of clubs. 10, 9, 6, 2 diamonds. What a flop for Bandinelli. Pair and a flush draw. Guerrero checks it over.
Lots to be happy about here if you're Bandinelli. Even without knowing both sets of cards. Pair and a flush draw, heads up.
Now, so far we've seen Guerrero play really smart, you know, definitely on the aggressive side, but making good decisions.
2.7.
But it looks like
700.
he wants to exercise his option to check raise.
This feels like a bad time for a check raise.
Yeah, I mean, he can definitely turn some equity with that jack in his hand, but it feels like perhaps he just feels like Bandinelli's a weaker player, and so this should work fairly often if Bandinelli didn't smack the flop the way that he did.
Well, this is a pretty big pot, 12.4 million.
That's a really interesting turn card. The 10 of clubs, it's definitely well within reason that Guerrero would have check raised the flop with a 10x hand, considering there's quite a few draws out there. So, you know, definitely can continue to perhaps tell this story that he has improved to trips at this point.
Yeah, I mean, also, if he was check raising with a hand like 9-6, though, he's now counterfeited, right? So 10s and 9s with a queen would then become the best hand.
Crazy how quiet it is now compared to how loud it gets.
Yeah, the rail just giving the players the respect of being able to think through these hands, and it looks like Guerrero
Wow.
going for it.
Oh, wow. Queen nine of diamonds. It is really pretty, but it's such a tough spot when he bets so much on the turn.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Bandinelli, he has no more time banks left, and this is not an easy decision.
Not at all. Makes the call.
All right, so 24 million in the middle. That's twice the amount of chips Jimmy has left behind.
Jimmy might feel compelled to follow through on the river now. He's got so much less than pot behind, though.
Ooh, Queen of Hearts on the river. Does Guerrero feel even more compelled with the jack to go for it? Bandinelli now playing queens and nines on the river.
I don't like the looks of this.
Might be a card that Guerrero wants to represent. A card that perhaps, wow.
Oh, man.
All in.
Bandinelli calls it's over.
Oh my goodness.
No time banks.
Wow.
Top pair, heads up. We'll still have chips left if he calls and he's wrong.
He had that one chip in his hand, the almost one chip call. Wow.
Wow, he's got no more time bank, though, you guys.
This is for the title.
I don't think without time banks you can properly think through the action.
30 million.
The time does stop when you get a count, though.
30 million 100.
We saw a dramatic call to end the day yesterday. A bluff picked off by ace high. This is better than that.
First step is don't get snap called when you go all in. Second step is
Let the time run out.
exactly.
I think he, if I'm not mistaken, I think he only needs to have the best hand like 1 in 4 times to be right here. No.
Bendinelli is out of time. That's a fold. Doesn't matter what the cards are.
Oh, no.
Jimmy bluffs.
Guerrero wants to show so bad and does show his entire rail, and now flipping the hand over.
Man.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
Jimmy Guerrero snatching away. That tournament could have been over. What a moment. Not even, you can even really call it a fold? Folds on a technicality, and things are damn near close to even again.
All in.
This is going in.
It's gonna be a flip for the title. Guerrero, the all-in stack with pocket fives. Bendinelli with ace, jack.
What happens when two survivors collide?
Right? Spin
What?
the
A
wheel.
rock and a hard place. Neither will go away.
Although one person does have his mom on the reel and the other person doesn't. So you gotta factor in the mom run good.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. That rail.
King 8-4 so far, safe for the fives. Bendinelli with 6 outs to eliminate Guerrero, looking for an ace or a jack. Could it be fate for the person down to 1 big blind earlier? King of hearts on the turn does give Bendinelli some more outs to counterfeit Guerrero's pocket fives.
That's right, the Ocho gives him kings and eights with an ace, which will give him the best hand, the river.
Hump the 5 of hearts, not needed, but Guerrero making a boat on the river to double up.
Pocket eights for Bendinelli. And I don't think it's a spoiler to say that it really can't go beyond this level. 30 big blinds playing 24 big blinds. It is almost impossible for them to get out of this level without the money going in.
Yeah, Bendinelli here with eights.
It should have ended in the last level mathematically.
The math is broken today, Stapes.
Oh boy, we got a set of eights for Bendinelli.
Oh no.
Top pair for Guerrero. I said the money was going to have to go in. These guys have played pretty conservatively and made some tight folds. So maybe it doesn't have to go in right now. But boy, does this feel like it. Bendinelli firing 2.5 million. And Guerrero just calls. The turn is a jack.
Wow.
Oh, no.
What a setup.
Oh, such a cold deck.
Cold deck city. Guerrero covered. I think the only light at the end of the tunnel is we've seen a lot of miracle rivers throughout the course of this tournament. Looking for the board to pair, except for an 8. Doesn't know that yet, probably thinks he's got the best of it. Trips versus a full house.
Yeah, and Bendinelli very clearly trying to set up a sizing here on the turn that can make it an easy all-in on the river. Wants to give Guerrero a good price to continue.
Does it ever go in now? Guerrero has no idea what he's up against. Makes the call, so that's 23 million in the middle. Neither player with a pot size bet behind. Jimmy really needs to hit this river.
Oh
The
my
board pairs, but it's the
gosh.
8.
No!
It's quad
No.
8 for Bendinelli.
Wow.
This is unbelievable. This is the coldest of decks. It doesn't get any colder than this, Maria.
I'm glad you got a sweatshirt for this hand, Nick.
Insane ending, I assume,
Oh my goodness.
to the most insane EPT I have ever been a part of. A literal bad beat jackpot hand. Jack's full, beaten by quad 8s. Guerrero bets.
Wow.
Oh,
And Guerrero leading. Oh my gosh.
put yourself in his shoes. He's got quads and you're getting led into on this river. It's the absolute jackpot payday.
How is Bendinelli's heart just not jumping out of his skin right now? Oh my gosh.
Bendinelli has been so patient, has folded winners. Had a chance to put this to bed. Announces all in. Guerrero hasn't snap called.
No, I think
There's just no way. There's the call from Guerrero. It's over.
He hasn't even tabled his hand. Table
Oh
your
my
hand.
gosh.
Bendinelli shows the quad.
Bendinelli does it.
Guerrero tables the loser, and Bendinelli swarmed by his countrymen. Somebody get that boy his mama.
This guy came back from one big blind to be here to river quads.